Imagine you're standing in your kitchen, the sink is backing up, and you're staring at a mess that could have been avoided if you'd known the right tool before the weekend started. You've probably Googled how to unclog a drain 100 times and maybe even watched a couple of YouTube tutorials that promise a cheap hand snake will do the trick. The thing is, you're not looking for a one-off fix, you want something that won't leave you calling a plumber every other month. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So let's talk about the RIDGID K400 Drain Cleaner Bundle and see if it's worth the cash you're about to drop. First, the hesitation most people feel is the price point. A drum-type auger with a decent set of tools can feel like a steep investment for a homeowner who only deals with a clogged sink once a year. On the flip side, buying a cheap hand auger often ends in frustration when you hit a tough hairball or mineral buildup that just won't budge. The real question is whether the K400 gives you enough versatility and power to feel confident you won't be stuck with another clogged pipe in a few months. The K400 is a 115-volt drum machine, which puts it in the same league as the professional-grade augers you'd see a plumber pull out of a service truck. The motor is designed to spin a 75-foot-long, 3/8-inch C32 cable that's integral wound, meaning the cable stays neatly coiled inside the drum when you're not using it. That length is a practical game-changer if you have to reach under a sink, through a basement crawl space, or even tackle a floor-level cleanout without pulling the whole unit apart. The included T240 tool set gives you 3 interchangeable heads that slide onto the same 3/8-inch cable. One is a standard corkscrew tip for general clogs, another is a cutter head for cutting through tree roots or thick debris, and the third is a more aggressive spiral designed for stubborn, compacted material. Because the tools are swapped by simply sliding them on, you can go from a kitchen sink to a main floor drain without setting down the machine. Now, who really benefits from this bundle? If you own a single-family home with a mix of 1-inch to 4-inch drain lines, think kitchen, bathroom, and even a garage sink, this is the kind of tool that can become a regular part of your maintenance kit. It's especially handy for renters who have permission to do minor repairs, because you can clear a blockage yourself and avoid the cost of a service call. Small business owners who run a coffee shop or a boutique with multiple sink stations also find the extra cable length useful when a drain in the backroom clogs and they can't afford a downtime period. For DIY enthusiasts who like to tackle projects themselves, the K400 feels like a step up from the flimsy hand snakes you pick up at a big box store. On the other side of the fence, there are buyers who should probably walk away. If your plumbing is all inch or inch lines common in older apartments or you only ever deal with a slow-draining bathtub once a year, the K400 is overkill. It's also not the best pick for someone who expects a lightweight, cordless tool that you can stash in a small toolbox. The drum machine sits on the heavier side, and you'll need a nearby outlet to run it. Finally, if you're comfortable hiring a professional for any clog that isn't an obvious hairball, you might not extract enough value from the bundle to justify the expense. Let's get into the practical strengths that make the K400 stand out. First, the power. A 115-volt motor gives you the torque needed to spin through hair, grease, and even small roots that a manual auger would stall on. In my own test, I ran the machine on a kitchen sink that was backing up after a night of cooking pasta and cleaning up. Within a couple of minutes the clog cleared, and water rushed through as if the pipe had never been blocked. The next day I tried the same tool on a bathroom shower drain that had been slow for weeks because of mineral buildup. The cutter head on the T240 set sliced through the hardened debris, something a basic hand snake would have just wrapped around. Those real-world moments highlight why having interchangeable heads matters. You're not stuck with one shape that might be useless for a particular blockage. The cable length is another real win. Many homeowners think a 20-foot cable is enough because most clogs sit near the trap, but you quickly discover that the problem can be further down the line, especially in houses with long runs to the main stack. The 75-foot cable lets you reach those hidden spots without pulling the entire machine apart, saving time and reducing the risk of damaging the cable as you feed it through bends. The integral wound design also prevents the cable from getting tangled, a common annoyance when you have a loose coil that unravels.